Australian house prices are continuing to rise, but the momentum is definitely slowing, according to the latest figures. Reporter Steph Ferrier joins us now from Melbourne to help us break down this data. Steph, what is the picture like for those looking to buy?
Good morning, Gemma. Yes, this data has been crunched by property analyst CoreLogic, and broadly speaking, it's better news for buyers, maybe not so great for sellers. It shows a modest increase in house price growth nationally for the month of September of 0.4%. So a medium value home or house will now set you back just over $807,000. But if we take a look at the quarterly figures, then you can see that it's a bit of a different picture for Melbourne, Canberra, Hobart and Darwin. They've all actually seen house prices fall for the quarter, though Perth has been a very strong performer, up by 4.7%. And if we look at the yearly figures, you can see Perth absolutely charging ahead at more than 24% growth in house prices. Also, Adelaide and Brisbane have performed really strongly. And while we've seen a national rise for the year of 6.7% in house prices, CoreLogic does say that that momentum is slowing. Earlier on News Breakfast, we heard from CoreLogic's head of research, Eliza Owen, and she says, for example, the latest quarterly national growth of 1% is the lowest rise that we've seen since early last year.
The spring selling season for September being anything to go by thus far, it seems that there are more sellers than buyers in the market, with buyers really being dissuaded by high interest rates, unaffordable housing and a high cost of living, which is reducing savings rates and the amount that people can put towards a deposit.
That's CoreLogic's head of research, Eliza Owen, speaking on News Breakfast there. And she does also point to the really lower auction clearance rates. They're hovering in the low 60% across the combined capital cities. Also in the regions, we've seen modest growth as well, and that slowing momentum too, with just 1% growth for the quarter. And we have also seen that in those more competitive price points, so the lowest price points, where we're not having that real difficulty in terms of cost of living, that's where we're actually seeing higher growths in house prices and sales performing much more strongly. So, for example, unit prices have actually gone higher in growth than houses in 6 of the 8 capitals. There's also some good news for renters as well. For the last quarter, we saw the growth in rental costs actually only go up by 0.1%, and that is the lowest 3-month period growth that we've seen in 4 years. So it's definitely some happier news for renters that perhaps they've seen the last of those peak, or the last of that peak in terms of rental price growth.
Steph Ferrier reporting there from Melbourne. Thank you.